Yo, TitanX community, what's up? Just thought we'd do another Saturday stream. We started doing these a while back. Just kind of keep a pulse on the TitanX ecosystem. Let everybody know that we're still here. We're still kicking. Got a few things going on right now in the ecosystem, so that's cool. And I've got Rich Landon here with me, so bring him up on stage. How you doing, Rich?
Doing okay. Just a little under the weather, but I'm gonna make it.
Tis the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, what are you thinking about the market conditions in general? What camp are you in? Is it over, or what are you thinking?
I don't even know if I could ever say it's over. Like if I could ever say I gotta hang this up, I gotta walk away. I could never do that. I don't think so. I don't know
Oh,
if we
I
just
meant I meant the
yeah.
cycle. I meant the
Oh, the
Bitcoin
cycle?
cycle.
I have no clue, man. Every time I try to guess and turn bullish, we make new lows. So
Yeah, it has been, and Allie's not here, so I could say it. It's been fucking tough, man. It has. Um, my God. And oh man, we all thought Trump coming in, was just gonna pump the entire fucking market, pro crypto, pro everything. Let's go. And that's not what happened. We got a lot of different things, and you
I was
know,
talking. Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off.
go ahead.
No, I was talking to somebody that basically you call them a chart technician. I guess they read the charts and all the technicals and the whatever. So long story short, they could see Ethereum more or less bottoming out at 25, possibly bottoming out. Let's say it that way. That it hits this point on the trend line the last 3 or 4 times and over a span of a few years. So it's at that point now where if it hits there again on that trend line, it's at 25 something Ethereum, which is not. I said that's only 10 more percent. He said less than that. So, but Ethereum was looking good. He said TitanX on the other hand looks like he could make a little ways to go. Now I don't understand that, but yeah, that's where I don't get involved with that too much. I just keep dumping money in.
Yeah, keep building, keep stacking. That's kind of what I do too. But yeah, I personally, I don't think the cycle's over. Seems like crypto Twitter's probably split 50-50 um, on what it is and if it is or if it isn't. And one thing that I was thinking about is like it could actually become like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? If you have all these 4-year cycle guys, if they're big holders and they're all saying, yeah, that's it, it's the 4-year cycle's over, and they all sell, they could actually create the end of a cycle.
hmm
Some something I was thinking about. Personally, I don't think so, and the reason I don't think so is I'm in the liquidity camp. I think Raul Paul's on it. I think Penny is on it. Um, that data right there to me shows to me we're just getting started. Um, but this is crypto, and who the hell knows, right? Nobody really
mm.
knows. But it
You
seems
know,
to me like, oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna add something. It seems to me these ETFs they just exacerbate the situation. Like you have people leverage trading, you have the ETFs and all these money market, whatever these large players are in. And so when they need to liquidate some positions, all they got to do is either dump some or buy some or whatever. And so it causes like you said, self fulfilling prophecy. They create the market makers. So they create these liquidation events, either to the downside or to the upside, and it just makes it swing more. So this what we're seeing now is I think a lot of people got liquidated, and a lot of people's balance sheets weren't correct. So spend time getting that adjusted. That's why I just say you can't ever catch the top. I mean the perfect bottom. So just keep DCA in.
Yeah. And another thing I was thinking, okay, so everybody thinks it's over. Everybody thinks it's the end of the cycle. So what are they gonna do? Put a bunch of fucking shorts in on
Mhm.
leverage, right? Because they
Mhm.
all think it's over. And what happens when they do that? The
The
market
market
makers
pumps.
will liquidate them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the wild wild west out here, man, in crypto. It really is. But I just maybe I'm just in full cope mode, but there was no euphoria, there was no alt season, there was no nothing, and I don't think it ends like this on this cycle personally. But hey, I'm wrong a lot, so
Yeah.
none of
No.
this is fine. None of this is financial advice. Alls I know is that I continue to believe in TitanX ecosystem. And hold on one sec. My dog saw another dog walking down the street, and now, of course, she's freaking out. Sorry
Hmm.
about that. But yeah, I mean, I believe in this ecosystem. I believe in crypto overall, of course. I'll tell you a little story. I went to the bank yesterday to wire in a little bit of money, right? I don't have a lot, but I went to wire in a little bit. So I get to the counter, and the lady's like, "Well, we don't have anybody up here at the counter that can actually do that, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, great, you know." She's like, "Have a seat over here. Somebody will help you." So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, as I'm contemplating more poor life decisions, possibly of putting more money in the markets, I'm thinking to myself, this is such bullshit to even have to come here, Monday through Friday, no holidays, and sit here and wait for somebody qualified to come up here and do this transaction so that I could wire money and get money in the markets. I was like, these fuckers are going to be so out of business. Like 24/7 crypto, I can send crypto to anybody in the entire world in like fucking 90 seconds, you know? Like
Mhm.
what are we even doing? This bank shit's got to stop.
Yeah, I would
Anyway,
agree. I will say this. One thing's for sure, we hear all the time. We keep DCAing in. So one thing can be said is it won't leave without us. It won't go up without us because we're steadily adding. We're steadily here. You know, sticking by these positions, defending them.
yeah, I mean, and I tell you what, man, I'm extremely grateful that my entire livelihood isn't based on crypto. I've got a good job and I'm working and all these things. If crypto goes down, is it going to be a kick in the balls for sure? But my whole life doesn't depend on it. And I can't even imagine being over leveraged and waiting for this altcoin season that has yet to arrive. This is how people get forced to sell bottoms. And holy shit, I'm glad I'm not there.
Yeah, I can't even say that I remember having a proper altcoin market. By the time the last one was here, I didn't realize it was here and it was gone before I knew it. So I've been paying my dues, waiting for the next one for a long time.
Yeah, literally like 4 years, 5 years now. Just been
it
buying, DCing.
it gets old, and people, non-crypto people, they look at you like you're foolish. Like, when is he gonna? He's just a dreamer.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like I said, when I was sitting at the bank yesterday waiting for somebody, I was like, once again, like, what the fuck am I doing? But I believe so strongly that we're gonna get a true alt season eventually. That I just have to keep going, man. I just have to keep going. I just know it. And one thing that nobody really understands is when crypto runs, it runs, and nothing pumps like crypto when it runs, and it happens quick. So if we could just get that right up, man, that magic carpet ride, that's all we're looking for. I'm gonna pull up some comments, okay? James, what's up, buddy? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. Say no more. TitanX will moon. Agreed. It's working, but we'll support chat. 3 a.m. in Vietnam, but it's a full-on working weekend. You're a beast, James. 3 in the morning, out there grinding. Trust, what's up, man? We're doing well. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. DeFi DJan, what's up, buddy? Banks are BS. 100%, man. They're going to be out of business. I'm, yeah. Please, can I have some of my money? It's ridiculous. All good, all good. The grind never stops. Trust, what's up, buddy? Hey guys, hope all is well. Yep, we're still over here, buddy. We're still doing it. Penny, what's up, man? If you're free, I can send you a link on X if you want to pop on and talk liquidity. If you're not busy, if you're busy, all good, man. So yeah, got a few people in the chat. So that so what's going on in Titan X? Let me see if Penny responds here. Um, well, it looks like the Orin liquidity pool is going to go live, and so that's pretty exciting for a lot of people. It's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. Um, you never know when liquidity pools launch. I don't play that game. I'm not doing any of that. Uh, but it'll be interesting to watch and see what happens. I mean, because it seems to me like ultimately you would want that price of Orin to be. I think right now mint price is around 20 cents to mint Orin. And so you'd want that price to be, um, let me think about this. You want that price to be high because you want to get a better deal by minting because you want to encourage people to mint, right? Versus market buy, maybe. Um,
I can you hear me?
yep.
Okay. I could honestly say I haven't been paying attention over there. I've been working a lot lately, and it's been a lot just to keep track of what's in my camp. I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been popping in Telegram chats. I'm usually always around somewhere. But so yeah, I was in there. I went to their hangout chat the other day and was just in there joking around with some people trying to have a little bit of fun. I mean, what do you do? When the markets take a shit, might as well just try to at least have a little bit of fun. Um, so yeah, that'll be exciting. We'll see what happens there. And what about diamonds? How you feeling about diamonds? I got it pulled up here. I can share the screen. I want to go through some stats. Hello, Rich.
Yeah. Sorry, I actually swiped away and left the chat.
Okay, I had two of you up here for a second. That was weird. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up diamonds right now. Let me go to share screen.
One thing about the price of ETH being down, you know, look at those NFTs. The price of those is $77 now. They were when they were half price. I think the price was what 45 and 55 or 50. I can't remember. It was just a few weeks ago, but
Okay, you guys see my screen?
You heard me, Utah?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. I was just trying.
Oh, I'm losing Rich. Sorry, Rich, can't hear you, man. Not sure what happened there, but my dog's going crazy again. Calm down, Nina. Hey, cut it out. Tack dog over here. Anyway, yeah, I can't hear you, Rich.
All right.
Oh, now I can.
Okay. Yeah, I was pretty much saying the price of ETH down. The benefit to that is if you look at those NFTs, they're pretty close to what they were at half price.
Yeah, I'll pull them up right now. Were you seeing my screen when I had it up?
I'm scared to touch any buttons on this phone. I might lose the chat again.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, let's look at NFTs. Yeah, 77 bucks. That's a screaming deal. 1690 minted so far. 56 diamond hand tickets. And I'm look at that. We're over 201,000 blaze staked. That's awesome. Almost 13% of
Oh
all
man,
the
that's
blaze stakes belong to diamonds. This thing is a beast. And we haven't even gotten started. So let's pull up. Let's look at. I want to look at the ad LP. So we still got $3,700 of ETH in there to buy TitanX.
that's new. That's not still. That's new ETH added this week.
Oh, that just came in. Okay.
Hmm.
And then we're we're holding 227 billion X28 for the LP ad. That's significant. Dollar,
Hmm.
it may not seem significant right now, but we are at the bottom. We expect X28 to get much, much higher. And then if we go to the buy and burn, so there's 227. Yeah, look at that. And then in the buy and burn, we got 307 billion. So we're already over half a trillion X28.
That's freaking amazing.
High
The
pressure.
L the LP has what 8,000?
Oh, 8 grand.
Yeah, in the LP, and we have all this X28 to utilize.
Oh yeah. Yep, there's some serious firepower here. And there's still 33 grand worth of ETH that's going to be buying Titan X and either transforming or swapping for X28. So things are looking really good here. Really good. Let me go back here to the chat. Okay. Anything else you wanted to look at on diamonds? Let's look at the mining. Oh, now I'm getting. I think my Wi-Fi is lagging. That sucks. There we go. I want to know. I want to see where our ROI is right now. 1,300 still. Diamond's still at $4.
I kept hoping we'd come down. I wanted
Yeah,
to see. I wanted to see the liquidity ad in the buy-in crush operate, but we couldn't. We couldn't get the prices to drop far enough.
yeah. Um, One thing that I've been thinking of is, okay, so we've said, many times that the circuit breaker is set to maintain 100% ROI. So we've got, if we're trying to get 100% ROI for our circuit breaker, and it takes you 100 days to do it, that's a 2x minimum, right? That's our rock bottom. So 2x in 100 days, not bad, right? And that's without like regular, like crazy market alt season stuff happening. That's just right now. You could just chill, start miners, get a 2x if we don't have anything crazy going on, because it could be much higher. Um, and just earn while you're waiting, while we're all waiting for this market to do its thing. I mean, it seems pretty simple to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I just don't want to say it's not etched in stone that we would stay where we're at. Uh, we just we basically just need to be responsible with it. But there'll be a time when it's necessary to adjust. But while the market's dropping, we're not going to be the one that's trying to go against the market. So as long as that's happening, you'll just end up being the exit point. So when the markets turn, the sentiments turn, then we may adjust this. It's just the point is there's no sense in adjusting it while the market's dropping.
Yep, and I agree. So for me, I'm just starting miners and chilling, you know. And like I said, the 100% ROI, that's rock bottom. Doesn't mean that the liquidity ad and the buy and burns won't get fired up to make it way higher than that. Just means right now in these market conditions, if you can chill and get a 2x in 100 days, might not be a bad play. You could actually go back in and start more, run
For
that
for me,
compound.
I think a lot of us get caught up thinking about a ROI and a 2x or 3x. The moral of the story is this project was built to give you an ROI on the Ethereum payouts and by utilizing the different payouts. So the money that you invest, theoretically, if you're using all of the features within the protocol, you'll be getting paid in ETH. So looking at ROI is based on a token and selling it. And for me, that's the last thing I'm going to do with my diamonds. I'm looking at staking. I'm looking at, oh, maybe I need to pull some loose and go into the auction this week. And if I do, then I'm getting some ETH out of there and then I'm going back into something. But NFTs are just passively waiting to get set up to pay ETH. So if you're using all these different payouts, selling on the market is probably the last option, but it will be there for those that want to do that eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess for me, I look at compounding. If there's a compounding play, because my main objective right now is to get my hands on as many of my favorite tokens as I can during these downtimes.
Well,
Markets
you
are
got
going to do what markets are going to do. So I want to
yeah, but
get,
you have a 88-day payout coming on staking, and if you keep compounding, you keep messing up your stake, your miners that are cooking.
yeah, true,
So
true.
there's different ways to look at everything. I mean, for me, I love staking, so I know that's what I'm focused on.
All right, let's get some comments pulled up here. I'll be free in a few hours if you're still streaming. Nah, we won't be here. No worries, brother. Have a good day. Raise the $10 definitely on the table. Ali K, LFG, let's fucking go, buddy. Good to see you, Ali. James, good to see you. DeFi DGen, Trust TitanX Plan and Penny. Yes, sir. Allie Kane, working on TitanX info as I'm listening. Yeah, DeFi DGen's made a lot of improvements to that site. You guys need to check that out. It is awesome.
Yeah, looking forward to.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. I went on it. It's cool. Very cool. So what else do we got going on in TitanX? You
I
haven't.
chatted. I chatted with Jukes today, just briefly, and he was just giving me a status update. I think he's working on staking module. But anyway, soon I asked him to give me a overview of what they've done so far, and so I could get up to speed, so I can explain them. But I haven't been. I just, like I said, I've been busy, and I haven't been able to stop and really check that out. But those tools are to be used. The simulators for the auction, simulators for the mining, and then I think the mining. I don't know how to explain the difference between the mining module and the simulator mining module, but they are. One is what ifs and moon math, and the other is actual miners and who's mining and how many miners we have and what dates they're coming out and all those things.
Okay.
So yeah, I think he's working on the staking module, and that should be out by this weekend. Well, it is this weekend. Tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, it is this weekend. Um, yeah, so maybe on Tuesday's stream can walk through all that. Are you going to be available to jump on Tuesday's stream?
Yeah, I'm off this week, so I'm looking forward to getting plugged in where I can.
Yeah, maybe you and Allie can go through all the data on there.
hmm
Cool.
I think it's interesting to note, though, we went several days with no miners, and then all of a sudden, several several miners started, and others followed, and people probably thought, "Well, this thing's done, one and done. It's over. The hype phase is over." But this thing it's not confined to a single launch week or launch phase. Blaze has been in operation for 500 days, and this uses the Blaze supply. So as long as Blaze is trucking along, this is going to be trucking along right there with it.
Yeah, I think, I mean, the market sentiment is just so bad, right? Literally, it's the worst it's ever been, according to the fear and greed index, right? It's that bad out there. So, oh yeah, this thing's built for the long haul. Anything that we build is built for the long haul. We are
hmm
long-term minded people. So yeah, this ain't, yeah. They haven't even seen a hype phase. When the
Yeah.
hype phase comes, you're gonna be wanting to be holding some of these diamonds because people, if people are coming in and buying off market, you're gonna want to be having some, to where you didn't have to buy off market. But yeah, I mean, this thing is so powerful, and I think that I'm gonna read James' comment real quick. Fear and greed negative 69. The only way is up. Yeah, yeah, it's bad out there. But this thing is so powerful, this protocol, and anybody that's actually looked into it and dug in a little bit, what's going on here has been like, okay, wow, this thing's got legs, and it does. It absolutely does. This thing is a beast. So I'm
Yeah.
super stoked about this protocol. And like I said, I'm DCAing miners. That's what I'm doing.
Well, I don't know if we covered this yet, but there's a couple stories playing out here. Can you pull up the Dune chart? I put it in the chat that we have. But anyway, while you're working on that, I don't know exactly where the X28 to Titan X ratio was when we started on the 11th. What is today? 22nd? 11 days ago. The current ratio is almost 0.95. I think it's just under. Maybe it's 0.94 something. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. Sorry. I need to pull up that trying to pull this up. Let me go here.
But anyway, that's a story within a story. And another story within the story is the blaze supply. And that's why you're going to see on this June chart
Okay. Got it.
11 days in operation. Look at that box on the right. 254,000 blaze off the market in 11 days.
Wow.
There was only 800,000 circulating supply when we started of blaze. That was in the LP and different people's wallets. The rest was staked and burnt. This is
Yeah.
phenomenal. I don't think people are really understanding that, and it's okay. It's going to catch them by surprise sooner or later. But that's a magnificent stat right there. One, just over a week, not even 2 full weeks in this program.
Yeah. It's extremely significant, especially when we start getting to the point where the only way that you're going to be able to get the blazes in the daily auction.
And there's another stat that I like to point out right there in the middle. 16 ETH has come in for miners. We're almost caught up to what we took in for the NFT sales. And we remember when that launched, that was $80,000 worth of ETH. Of course, the ETH prices dropped, but we're not far from that. I think another week or two, we should be even there. So that means, well, not quite. Actually, no, that's not going to be so. I thought about this earlier, but the
Oh shit, we lost Rich. Bummer. Hopefully he comes back. Yep. Gotta love technology. He's on the road traveling and he pulled over so that he could join us on stream. So he's on his phone. So yeah, shit happens, but I'm sure he'll be back in. When I see him, I'll pull him up. But I'll just kind of take over the point that he's talking about. So yeah, we took in 23.37 ETH from the NFT mints, and we've already got 16.15 ETH in from the miners. And that is significant. So let's look at this. I want to look at something over here. I want to go back to the diamonds. Pull it up here. Give me just a second here, guys. Okay, so if we go to the diamonds, oh, there's Rich. I'll pull him up right now.
yeah, I keep bouncing.
You're
Anyway,
there. You're
I'm
there now.
struggling with this StreamYard on my phone in the car, so bear with me, please. Yeah,
Oh,
so
you're good.
I don't know where I got cut off. Um, you can tell
Well,
me.
we were talking about the ETH that came in from the NFTs versus the ETH that we have now from starting miners.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, 60% of the ETH that comes in from mining goes into the LP. So it will take a larger amount coming in from mining to equal the amount of X28 that's sitting there on the buying crush. So I mean, I'm hoping to see the same size balances for the buying crush as the buying ad LP soon.
Yeah, and that's all by power.
Yeah. So when we
So
turn the floodgates on, it's with that small LP, it's gonna fly.
yeah, this thing is literally coated to pump. there was a there was a lot of pump metals, a lot of game theory built into this protocol. That I know from firsthand experience.
So the X28 story I was saying also, um, I don't quite remember where it was when we started or when we started talking about diamonds, but we're we're flirting with parity.
Yeah, we're very close. If it wasn't for those LP positions, we would already been there a long time ago. Um, but we'll buy it. We'll buy it at a
Yeah,
discount.
yeah. I mean, there's no the only downside to that is we want it to be burning TitanX through our miners, but we'll get there soon enough. Maybe there was a lot of people had positions that they had at a good price and they're wanting to take the gain, whatever it is. But as soon as they're done, we'll be burning TitanX with the mining that's coming in. And that's just one of the we have several visions for this protocol. One was to peg X28 so that we could burn Titan X. The other was to get rid of the blaze supply, and that's working. Um, yeah, several fronts that we're trying to address here, and we're going to get there. It's just a matter of time. That's why I'm not concerned about mining slowing down, speeding up. What's the price? No, I'm not concerned with any of that. We're accomplishing things in the background.
Yeah, for sure. Especially X28. I remember being on. I remember being on a. Let me get rid of this. I remember being on a call from you during the early discussion about diamonds and developing the tokenomics and that for the protocol. And I was telling you, X28, and you were like, X28. And then you went and you pulled it up and you realized it was like 0.55 of one Titan X and you bought.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that was the bottom. You're like, oh my God, this is horrible, but I'm going to buy that.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm gonna need this for my LP, so I might as well start picking some up here.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It got really bad there for a while.
Yeah, I mean, if you could step back from these markets and just say, "Wow," you're gonna wish you had these days back. Actually, we all gonna wish we had these prices back one day. I know that. So if you could just recalibrate your thinking and saying, "Let me go, just keep keep finding ways to get some money to reinvest at these lows because it brings your cost basis way down."
Yeah, and it doesn't take a ton of firepower to do that. $100 here, a couple $100 there. It makes a difference at these prices.
Hmm. I think the buying
So
crush right now is adding $100 each time, and that's over a billion Titan, or it's a billion. Yeah, it's a little over a billion Titan X every 30 minutes right now, and
that's
it's a hundred
insane.
bucks. Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah.
Wow. You put it like that, it's like, holy shit. And so I noticed somebody new on Twitter popped up and they were like, I think their handle is like Shogun X28, but they've been putting out some really good tweets talking about
Shogun, Shogun plus scale.
Shogun plus scale. There you go.
Yeah,
But they've been putting out some good tweets, man, about macro and that Jake should come out and talk macro with some of these big guys, these bigger KOLs. And right now there's a vacancy for that. And I agree with that. I agree with that. I think Jake could come out and talk macro and liquidity and crypto in general with any of these guys. And I think right now is a very good time to do that. Personally, because Jake's sharp, man. Jake, no pun intended. Uh, but dude knows script. Yeah, dude knows crypto, man. Um, and I think it would be awesome, and I think it would bring a lot of attention to the ecosystem, and I think it would be really good for all of TitanX, honestly, if he did that. Plus, he adds a lot of value, man. Jake can discuss things with the best of them when it comes to crypto. What are your thoughts on that?
I absolutely got no expectations. Um, he didn't come for the 2 year anniversary to, you know, say hello, thank you to the crowd, thank you to the community. So I got no expectations. I have no clue when he's coming, if he's coming, what would be the catalyst. No, nothing. I got nothing.
He's going to come bearing gifts of X28 demand. That's what he's going to do. When? Who knows? But anyway, when we're talking about Twitter, you guys see good posts, like, retweet. Let's do all that. I mean, I feel like we've, really slowed down in that area as a
I
community.
I don't know. I always been a proponent of when the market's like this, you just keep showing up. But I don't feel like turning up the heat right now does anything. I mean, you're numb. You're like a clanging cymbal because people just not listening. They don't care. But just keep showing up, keep turning up, like this stream today. Um, very few people probably listening, but we keep showing up.
Yeah, that's true. Got to at least let them know we're still here and kicking, still building, still here, still kicking. Core group of core group of Titans. Man, I tell you what though, the people that have been here and that are still here, we're gonna have a hell of a fucking party on the way up.
Yeah,
We're gonna have a good time. I tell you what, we've earned it, man. We've earned it.
yeah. I mean, I've been on the road today driving for 10 hours. I pulled over so I could come on this stream today. So that's commitment. I'm here. I'm wanting to be here every chance we can just to stay in the in front of this. We're going to get there.
Yep, I agree 100%. And we're still building. The builders are still building, man. So yeah, this ecosystem, it is just primed. When the time is right, I would have thought we were already going to be in an alt season right now, me and probably everybody else. But it is what it is, and we can't fight the market. Can only do what we can do.
Yeah,
Is there
you can only
anything else that
control
you want to?
yeah, you can only
Oh,
control what you can do. The rest you got to leave to others to do their own thing.
DeFi DGen, let's fucking go. Yep. Yeah. So, is there anything else that you wanted to add?
Uh, I can't, I can't think of it right now.
All right. Well, there will be TitanX spaces tomorrow, every week, every Sunday. Um, I'll probably hop on there for a bit. Usually like to stop in and support Plan A and the rest of the community. But yeah, I mean, I'm still scooping, I'm still DCAing, we're still building. So we have no quit in us. Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Let Rich get back on the road for his travels, and everybody enjoy the rest of your day.
Yep.
Stay
Thank
strong.
y'all. Thanks for coming out.
Yep. Thanks for coming on. Let's see. James, appreciate you guys putting the efforts. It's a core group of community members, and we're going to win together. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Buy the fucking dip. Yeah,
By
for
the dip of
sure.
the dip of the dip of the dip.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The name of the game right now for me is just get my hands on as many tokens as I can. That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
But right on. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna play us a. I'm gonna end this stream. We'll end it with the video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Look, folks, this is huge. We start going to put tariffs, big tariffs on ETH. We're going to make people buy diamonds. Diamonds, the best, the classiest. It's all about the diamonds, now more valuable, more powerful. Everyone sits talking about it. We're making buying and crushing, buying and burning great again, folks. Really great. November 11th is coming. It's a whole new game, folks, a winning game, the biggest. Believe me.
Diamonds will be very scarce in the market. Blaze is already pretty scarce on the market, so we're hoping for fireworks between the two.